Hello and welcome to the channel of the Mini Mad Lad, or the Miniature Mad Lad, because YouTube wouldn't let us have the Mini Mad Lad. Anyway, I hope to do, as you know, if you've been watching the last couple of videos, more long form content, but this is going to have to be a slightly short one. I'm just here to tell you what I've been up to, how things are going over at Beyond the Box Art, and just show off some of the models I've been working on and the projects I've been working on. So we've not been doing any videos or anything, and we've just been streaming loads because we've been working on these. We've been working on these angles, and we've done a video on these angles, and that video is over on Beyond the Box Art on YouTube. I'm just going to give you a link if you want to go and get a couple of recipes and soak up a little bit more of these models that I've finished. They are basically pretty much box art replications. They're close. Some bits I think I prefer on what I've done, and there are some bits where I think GW have done a better job. Anyway, then there's this. We're going to be giving this away. This here model, this diorama, these three models by Reaper, have all been painted. They've all been painted in Reaper 2.0 paints, apart from some of the blue. We had to use a different blue because the sample blues that they sent in the small set of the samples that they sent, I needed something that was brighter. And I didn't want to desaturate the blue, so yeah, there you go. I've done some nice fabric work on that. And the other thing that's kept us from doing videos a little bit is this. It's this here. This Blongle. He's nearly done. I think he's done. He might actually be done, but I think we're going to enter him into a competition, and that's where I've been. And it's not going to be much long form content. We are going to be painting finally and finishing off this lad here. We're going to finally be finishing off this mech for iron. Looking forward to finishing that off. And also, then once we've done that, then we're going to be working on this. This is basically a Thousand Suns army that we've got here. We've got rhinos, predators, terminators, rubrics, exalted sorcerers. We've got a conversion of a Thousand Suns sorcerer in Terminator armor. So these old sorcerer in Terminator armor kit, which actually I should show you if I can get it. Where is it? Amazing. I did a little conversion. This him comes with a little dude. Let me show you this little dude. We did a little conversion. Right. Here we are. This lad. So usually comes with just a chaos sword, but we have managed to put one of the Thousand Suns Terminator sorcerer swords in his hands. So I drilled that away and kept his hands, slotted it in place, which is makes it sound oh so easy. And he will be a little marker for the client. Anyway, that's going to be a video for another. That's going to be all over at Beyond the Box Art. This miniature stuff is, and really, this video isn't. It's not really about just that. where I've been and the projects that I'm doing, because that's all going to be stuff that will be covered in more detail over at Beyond the Box Art. It's more about taking time off from the internet, this video is, and I think it's probably good for us all to take a little bit of time off every once in a while. And I know that this might not be something that gets promoted in the YouTube algorithm, but I feel the need to say it. I'm a little worried that the AI is going to take over YouTube and it's just going to turn into AI slop. I hope not, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I've been sharing stuff in my Discord about not just things about that topic, but wider topics. Painting miniatures on a train. The 8-hour marathon did not go particularly well, but I don't really blame anyone for being into that necessarily. It looks to me like 50 minutes of painting miniatures on a train is probably the perfect amount, like an hour's episode, just under an hour's episode of painting miniatures on a train once a week might be what people would enjoy. And I think we're going to try and do stuff like that basically here. We're going to be looking at half an hour to an hour of me painting miniatures somewhere, hopefully on a train, so that we can use the intro, which I'll have to adjust because now we're not the little cat, and I hope none of you are butthurt about that. I think that the colour of my dude is currently a little bit off, so we might I'm not quite that dark but we'll sort that out. It's an adjustment period, you know, like I'm a similar colour to the cat still as a logo, so none of you are getting whiplash from that intro that just happened. I think my best videos here are the videos where I script them, and there's so many topics that I could have touched on. We could have done a video on over the last couple of weeks that's been going on in the hobby space, like the fact that Trench Crusade's an absolute shit show, and I know that that's one of the painting miniatures on a train videos that I did recently, but I don't really want to touch Trench Crusade with a barge pole now. And although I probably will, we'll probably paint some stuff just to have it, and I've got a couple of models ultimately still to paint for it, so I will paint 2 more models of it, not out of spite or out of anger. I'm just going to enjoy painting them. It's going to be fine. But screw Trench Crusade. Everyone seems to be totally out. I'm done with it. I'm done with it if they're going to behave the way they're behaving. And it's a total U-turn on what they seem to say in the first place. Obviously, there's female custodies. That's happened. I could do a video about that. If you want to know my takes on either of those things, then pop a comment down below and I will give you my own feedback and my own take on them. There's a couple of people who are doing videos and their takes on those sorts of things. I think there was one particular video by someone who animates Krieg stuff. I can't think what his name is, but he's animated Krieg stuff in the past and got his cease and desists. He's gotten his cease and desists from GW, I think. And people have been asking him if he was going to make content on Trench Crusade, and he's like, no, screw that, and this is why. And his video was probably the best take that's out there, so I don't think I'll bother. But if you want, I've got, you know, like, I can liken it to a few things, and I could make a video that goes into depth into the likening of it into things, and that could be quite an interesting video. Things that maybe not just in the miniature space, but things that I've experienced in my own past. We could do a really, really interesting video about fuckeries. Do you want me to do a video about fuckeries? I'd love to do a video about fuckeries. Does that make any sense to anyone? There's so many things that I could do, but it's not really all miniatures related. It would just be various things, various fuckeries. And we could do long form video about that. It would just be like moving from one fuckery. It'd be like the fuckery iceberg. All right, I think I'm done. Are we done here? I've been working on loads of stuff. I'm tired. Hopefully this video is enjoyable for somebody and someone out there. The business is actually going well. Next week's video is going to be about being a slow mini painter. Or am I a slow mini painter? That's going to be the title of the video. So if you know anything about titles, then you might know what the answer to that is. See you next week.